Hey guys, welcome back to Beast Quest, Series 9, Book 6, Torpix the Twisting Serpent, and the last book of Series 9. So, let's get this all wrapped up. Now, before I start, I will point out that the prologue did throw me off guard with a couple of surprises. One, I guessed would happen, but two, that I didn't think of. First, Malvel reaches the eternal flame, only for it to be guarded by a vine trap. He gets past it despite being weak. However, it turns out the last beast is actually guarding the eternal flame. Now, Adro told us that Seraph has no beasts to his knowledge, so maybe he didn't know, because I don't think he would lie. Or maybe since Malvel has been creating some beasts, maybe it's a taste of his own medicine, a result of it. Anyway, Petra shows up, she ends up getting the Warlock's staff, and Malvel ends up down the Torpix throat, the snake beast. I did say I saw a slight chance of Petra becoming the big bad, and it seems to be the case. So I assume she's gonna lead our heroes to beat let our heroes beat Torpix and then take the staff into the eternal flame. Also, last review I did accidentally said Velmal at one point in that review, so apologies for that. Anyway, let's go on with the overall plot now. Tom and Eleanor were now in the mine shafts, hoping to catch up before Malvel reached the eternal flame. However, Eleanor had a bad feeling, and soon so did Tom. They found themselves to be into caves with diamond-like walls, and the crazy reflections were driving Storm mad. Tom wondered if they were magic. Of course, he didn't want to stick around, and pressed on. However, at some point, a diamond had struck Tom, passed through his tunic and into his flesh. As the diamond walls came closing in, Tom's friends refused to leave him, and despite receiving some pain, he was free. Soon they came across Petra, and she claimed she felt sorry for treating Tom so badly, and apologized by showing them out of the diamond tunnels and up towards the exit where not only the eternal flame was, but also the forest of vines. Before venturing forth, Tom wondered where Malvel was, as he had a head start on them, and secondly, their map indicated that the beast was right near their location. This makes me think if Torpix is the only actual beast of Seraph, or is he one of Petra's, since he's the only one, he's also on the map, unless the map just reveals all beasts. Anyway, Tom attempted to get through the vines, and their magic seized them and got them in their clutches. Petra had made her escape, while the vines captured Tom and Eleanor. Soon enough, Tom drew his sword and cut down the vines that coiled him and Eleanor. Tom noticed Petra had left, and he assumed Petra knew about them, which of course she did. Tom needed to hurry as he feared Malvel would eventually reach the staff. The flame. He wished he had the golden boots so he could jump over the vines, but instead he had another idea. By using Storm and the running speed of Tagus' horseshoe, they could jump over the vines. This meant they would have to leave Silver behind, so Eleanor told him to stay here. If he saw Malvel, to alert them with a howl, but not engage him. Saying their farewell, they jumped over the vine bushes. This is where Storm's hardest challenge comes into play. He successfully jumps over the vines. Our heroes rest after some discussing. However, when Tom awoke, he met the last beast, Torpix, who had coiled him up, and Eleanor as well. Storm was the only one who could help them, and he put up one hell of a fight, allowing Tom and Eleanor to break free and retrieve their weapons. Tom also put together there must be a connection to Torpix and the Eternal Flame, as they ever since they encountered the flame, its fire felt cold, and they also knew that the snakes are cold-blooded. It got worse when Tom was blinded by Torpix's acid. This info adds into my theory of Torpix actually being from Seraph, unless Petra created him to guard the flame and she knew about it in a great detail, which I doubt so. I was thinking at the time that he's from Seraph. Tom, despite being blinded, uses Eleanor's directions to help fight off Torpix. However, it turns out none of their weapons had no effect. But they remembered the last token, the dagger. They also assumed that this beast to be created from the Eternal Flame, as the way of protecting itself. Which means Seraph does have the power to create beasts, I guess. It never did before, as there was no danger until now. Anyway, Torpix didn't attack until Tom got close to the Eternal Flame. With the dagger now in hand, he tricked Torpix into showing his weak spot, his belly. He didn't intend to kill him, just caused him slight pain, but the dagger had more power than it seemed. Torpix went down in one slash of the dagger. Closing his eyes, Tom wondered what he had done. Not sure why Tom is complaining. If the flame created Torpix, they can just recreate the beast or make a new one entirely. Tom saw Torpix's weakened spot expose a body. It was Malval. He explained and he attempted to face Torpix, but was overwhelmed, and now thanks to Tom, he killed Torpix, the good beast of Seraph, that protected the Eternal Flame. As well, the magic vines had protected the flame. Tom let these words get to him and took his rage on Malval when Eleanor stopped trying to not get him in Malval's level. They also were aware he didn't have the Warlock's staff, as they attempted to take Malval as their prisoner, but Tom's guard dropped. Malval swiped the dagger, and now he had Eleanor in his clutches. Malval agreed to let her go if he helped him get the Warlock's staff back. So he could burn it in the Eternal Flame. He explained how Petra had stolen it from him, and Tom was stuck. He had no choice. But then Silver, with his bond for Eleanor, and possibly his anger for Malval for what he did to him in that previous book, not to mention the vines now weakened due to Torpix's death, allowed Silver to break through and rescue Eleanor from Malval. It was a success, and Malval was cornered. He didn't want to be locked up again, so he decided his fate in the Eternal Flame, burning himself to death. Whether he was truly gone remains unknown, but Tom believed there was no way he could have survived that. Petra then arrived and planned to destroy the Warlock's staff, now with Torpix dead. And turns out she doesn't know that Malval's dead. Tom threw his shield like a frisbee and knocked Petra down, allowing Eleanor to recover the staff. Then Torpix had re-emerged, his wounds, where he healed, and where they were healed, of course, and Tom used the red jewel to communicate to Torpix and explain they would take Petra back and put her behind bars for her crimes. Torpix formed the vines into an arch to allow our heroes a way out. Torpix disappeared back to his resting place in the Eternal Flame. They found their way into a portal which Petra was planning to use to escape back to Avantia. The portal led to King Hugo's palace, and they gave Petra to the guards, who escorted her into the dungeon. They also told her that her master was killed in the fire. She said she would break out like Malval did, but Tom claimed that if she did, he'd be ready for her if that happened. They returned the staff to King Hugo, and also Adro was indeed alive. Returning the staff did restore him to life. Their theory was right all along. They also explained that Malval had been burnt in the Eternal Flame, which made Adro grow concerned. Avantia may be safe now, but he feared what dangers awaited them ahead. Because, Malval being burnt inside the Eternal Flame could be a good thing or a bad thing, because we don't know. That is the fearful thing. And this book overall, there were some good elements with it's switching it around. 1 minute it's Malvel, the big bad, then it's Petra, and then we have Torpix, who is this beast who is actually from Seraph, who is actually guarding it, which is a nice twist. This book throws me quite with many twists and turns, and I can say the last 3 books, overall Series 9 I was told was a bad series, but the last 3 books, Silver, Spikefin and Torpix, they were okay. They weren't half bad. So I'm gonna say, with all that's been said in this book, I'm gonna say, yeah, I'm gonna say this is equally good as Silver the Wild Terror. It had a lot of twists and turns that surprised me and made me question what was going on. And I like the fact of how we have a beast from Seraph, someone guarding it. And there's always that mysterious vibe of what's going to happen in the future. It's good to have Adro back. And with that being said, this has been my review of all Series 9 books. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Until next time, guys, we'll be moving along to Series 10. I'm looking forward to that. Till next time, guys, peace.